Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it might be for you. Hello, welcome to the update for the Nevada Promise Scholarship for the school year 2025-2026. My name is Chris. I'm the Nevada Promise Scholarship Coordinator, and I'm going to give you a quick brief overview of what the scholarship is and what updates have been made. So, if you're looking for updates, the good news is not a lot has changed. So, I'll have a small little section on that, but overall, it'll be mostly a review of what Nevada Promise is. So, remember, Nevada Promise is a scholarship and program, as well as an access and support program open to any student who is a Nevada resident graduating this year with a high school diploma or equivalent. Nevada resident, high school diploma or equivalent. That would mean anyone with a standard, advanced, honors, or even alternative high school diploma, so long as they are not yet 20 years old. So this does not just mean high school seniors. This also means high school juniors who are graduating early, or even high school sophomores, because there's a few of them who are really on top of it in that way. Right? Anyone who's graduating this school year should apply for Nevada Promise. So please don't let the juniors slip through the cracks. If you have students who are not a part of the high school setting anymore, it is still worth it for them to apply if they plan on getting their GED, or HiSET, or TASK, any of those high school equivalency completions. They just have to be done by the end of this school year. And if they plan on doing that, they should also apply to Nevada Promise. So for our counselors, there you go. For our partners out there in the community who are watching this as well, anyone under 20, high school resident, I'm sorry, Nevada resident, high school senior or equivalent, or even if they're even a little bit older, we can accept you. We can also take fifth year seniors, right? So long as they graduate before they turn 20 with their high school diploma or equivalent. The application should be open right now. It opened on August 1st and it will close this year on October 31st. So there's a 3-month window. All of August, all of September, and all of October. Application can be found at nvpromise.tmcc.edu. It'll be on the announcement box at the top of the page once it opens. Now, this scholarship is one of the most inclusive and highest performing scholarships in the state of Nevada. It covers 95 to 100%, depending upon what the student rolls in, of their required fees at any community college in the state. So many of my students in their first semester of college pay $20, which is the application fee for TMCC, which is pretty affordable. This is in contrast to a student in the same number of credits who might be paying $2,000 if they don't have any other scholarships or grants. So this scholarship is very much worth it. And I would recommend that every high school senior in the state apply for this scholarship. If they have plans for going out of the area, that's fine. If they plans on, if they're not quite sure what their plans are yet, that's okay too. Keep this option open because once you lose eligibility for the scholarship, it is gone forever. What makes this scholarship even more interesting is that it is not financial need based. We have students from all walks of life, all household incomes who come and participate in Nevada Promise. I have students in dual income families making $200,000 a year or more. And I have students on single incomes making $40,000 a year. It does not matter. We take all. We also are not particularly concerned about their high school GPA. If they are graduating with a 4.0 GPA or even maybe a 4.2 adjusted GPA with AP and honors and all those wonderful things, great. Love to have them. Same thing for Jumpstart or other kinds of students as well. On the other hand, if some of your students may be unsure if they were going to be going to higher education, or they have not performed as well at the high school setting and they sometimes will do better in college, then they should still apply, even if they aren't sure what they want to do. And if they're going to get their high school diploma by the skin of their teeth, that's fine. We just need the high school diploma. So there's no high school GPA requirement, no class enrollment requirements at the high school level. They just need their high school diploma. So there'll be some steps that I will cover in a bit, but in general, they have to apply to the college. They have to apply to Nevada Promise. They have to complete a training with us. They have to do the FAFSA, and they have to complete 8 hours of community service and a mentorship meeting as well as make sure that financial file is complete. I'll cover a bit more of that in a second. So updates. There have been no policy updates this year, so that's fine. We've had a few application updates just to make the data a little cleaner, make it a little bit easier for us on the back end to know where people are coming from and what they're looking for. So first of all, there's a drop-down menu that talks about the high school. That has now been required, where that a student must pick from the list. So students often, the mistake that I have to fix most of the time is that they'll use the casual name for the high school, like Hug, instead of Proctor R. Hug High School. And that's understandable, but it means that we have to go back and fix them. So the most common ones in our area are Hug, Wooster, and Reed, because those are the ones that seem to do it. McQueen a bit as well, so look for Robert McQueen, not just McQueen, right? Proctor Hug, yes, and Reed, and so on. So please have them look for that by the proper name, full name of the high school. And if they're struggling with that, that's the concern, most likely. And if they cannot find the school, if a school truly does not exist in the list, but is in the state of Nevada, then they can select unknown other, and a new text box will appear that they could type it in at that time. And then we'll have to manually look and update that ourselves. So that's that one. Another one is a little bit later. There's an area of study drop-down menu that we use to help assign students to a mentor. Because if we know what they were looking to study, maybe we can find a mentor who's in that field and help create that relationship. And what students were doing is they were just typing in what they wanted out of that mentorship, and it would make for very unclean data by the time we got to mentor assignment. So that has also, once again, been forced where you must pick from the options provided. There is a option at the bottom for unknown or undecided. That's still there. But common mistakes students will make is they'll think, oh, if they're going to do police, they don't pick public safety. They'll pick something else, but not criminal justice, because criminal justice is a social science, or fire safety, or EMS. So these three I would consider to be under the public safety category. Well, health sciences would be nursing, imaging technology like rad tech or ultrasound tech, or any other kind of medical field, right? That's not necessarily emergency. Like EMS, I would put under public safety. Those are the most common ones I've seen, but there have been others as well. So if they're having some trouble, have a quick conversation about it. For you counselors and partners, if you would like to be added to our candidate listserv so that you kind of know how the candidates, what the communications we're sending to candidates as we go throughout the year on a broad basis, we're happy to add you. We already will for Washoe County School District, but if you are watching this from outside that school district, we're happy to also add you as well. Just send us an email. We're happy to do it. Okay. We'll also be adding parent emails again this year so that the parents of these students also are informed. So the deadlines, once again, they have to apply to Nevada Promise by October 31st. We also recommend that they apply to TMCC at the same time. 2 applications together take only about 15 minutes, so it's not very long. And the TMCC application has no upfront costs, so both can be done right away. No harm, no foul. The Nevada Promise training is due by March 1st, which is a pretty large window. We're already now into the spring semester. I have noticed that students who complete the training early tend to be more on top of things. So I recommend that they get them done earlier rather than later. As we know, many students wait till the very last minute to get some things done because that's how their lives have worked. And so getting them to be ahead of the game makes us catch issues faster if and when they pop up. So earlier training would be better. The 26-27 FAFSA, hopefully it'll open December 1st. It might open up a little bit earlier this year. We're not sure yet, but it will be due by April 1st, 2026. Now, reminder that when they go to do the FAFSA, there will be 2 FAFSAs available. They want to pick the one with the higher numbers. That would be the next school year. That's one they want to come into, not the 2025, 2026, because that's the current year that we're just starting, aka that'd be too late. So community service will be due by May 1st. The window for community service is August 1st, 2025 to May 1st, 2026. Any 8 hours in that window for a public service or nonprofit, including your schools, if that's what they want to do. But they must report for the spring semester, please. It is not for fall, because they don't meet a fall deadline. They do have a spring deadline. So spring semester, please. We will assign them a mentor after all the prior stuff is done, and that mentor meeting will be due by July 1. At the same time as that, their financial aid file is done, needs to be at least addressed by that point, and they should be enrolled full time by this point. The first two are really important. The third one is a little more flexible because we know that schedules change and things change. But financial aid file does need to be complete. We would do, and they absolutely must have met with their mentor. Um, so the quicker they get through these first four, the sooner we can hit on their mentor meeting. So we can assign them a mentor, and then they can get that done even quicker. So that's it. No major updates, pretty much the same as normal. If you do have any questions, please contact us. The contact information is here on the screen. nvpromise@tmcc.edu, our website, nvpromise.tmcc.edu. Another thing about the application, any support that you can provide in helping them fill in the text boxes for what kind of career they might want or careers, as well as what is as a free form, what kind of person they think they would work well with as a mentor. Anything they can provide there would be helpful. The more information they provide about who they are as a person, even if it's just a few sentences, it helps a lot with us finding the right fit for your student. Uh, if you have any questions, you want to call us, phone number's right here, 673-8236. If you want to text us, we do have a texting number that's dedicated to Nevada Promise, and that's here as well, 775-243-4620. And once again, if you have any questions or if you see something in the application that's not working quite right, give us a call because TMCC is also the one who is taking the responsibility of the application for the whole state. So if there's something you need updated, let us know so that we can do it and fix it for you. All right. Or maybe there's just an error and we can help you get through it. Thank you very much. I hope this update has been brief and pleasant, and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.